Hello everyone, welcome back to the Derps for Days channel. And for today I have a special video. We are going to be creating the perk bottles. As you can see, I have Juggernog already done and Double Tap Root Beer. But what I'm going to be working on is Who's Who and Electric Cherry. And well, first off, I'm going to show y'all what y'all need to get and look out for the bottles, because the bottles I found are extremely, well, they aren't really that hard. It's just there's not a lot of soda bottles that are like the bottles in Call of Duty, so I had to improvise, and I think this looks perfectly because this fits around with Black Ops' style of bottles. Now, for what I got for the bottle is this. And here, you guys can check this out yourselves. For me, I went to Walmart and we bought this, just one of these bottles. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop the cap off, pour her down the drain, or if you're old enough, drink it, because you know, it's alcohol, but I can't drink that myself. Pull off the sticker. If I didn't have such slippery fingies. And you're gonna want to be careful when pulling off the sticker, because this part of the bottle will become important later. You're gonna want to get off every sticker though, guys. And what I'd always suggest first, because for me when I first did this originally, I emptied the bottle out to where there was no more liquid in it, and then I got to sticking the labels. So I'm going to be doing Who's Who here. Who's Who? And this is where, like I said, the tape part comes into handy, because the tape part is able to stick it down and you don't have to use additional tape. Now I will say, when you're pouring in the liquid, which I'm going to be using a cup for, I have bottled water, so I can just pour in the water instead of using the tap, because with food coloring you need to use bottled waters. And here's the food coloring I'm going to be using, and you can just buy this at Walmart. It's like a cheap thing, it's not really that expensive. For both packs that I got here, except for the pink, because I need to go grab pink actually, because it's going to be for Electric Cherry. It's about like $4 or $5, so it's not really that big of a deal. Now, for me, because I am a very big, not neat freak, but like perfectionist, I like to have my stuff come out right. And you can either just print these or have them printed. I have a printer at home, so I'm able to just go and print it off my printer in my room. But if you don't have a printer, I would suggest printing these out somewhere before doing this, because you can't really undo the printing after you've already printed it. Give me a note. Now, this is where like a tape gun or some tape would come in handy, because on one side of this, the original tape isn't sticky. Well, it's not sticking all the way around, so it doesn't stick on the whole entire thing. So you have like a little bit of it coming off. Well, not a little bit, a good bit, but still. And it's just, you want to make this look nice, especially if you've worked a lot on it. And for me, I did actually more than just double tap and jug, like I said the other day. I did these yesterdays, and it spent me about 4 hours making them. But that was also because I went through the excruciating, painful time of doing each and every individual bottle, cutting it all out, and getting all the pieces ready for that. So yeah, that was a painful process. Now, like I said, it's not that big a deal if you want to, I guess, laminate it. You could put tape on it. It's really up to you. If it's however you want to design this. For me, this is how I'm designing them, and you can have your own design for it, and I won't call you wrong. Oh, and for what I use, I will put the thing I originally used for the pictures up in the link in the description. Now, as you see, I cutted the original circles out, and for the labels I used a different picture, and like I said, I will put those both in the link in the description. Okay, so we have our Who's Who bottle done. Now, for the coloring on this, I'm going to be using a little bit of light blue, and then, or what I used on my Quick Revive, which is a bit of this color, folks, which is a lightish blue with like the normal darker blue. And with Speed Cola, I'm going to be using red with pink. I didn't need these colors, I'm just saying, I was just using these to show y'all if y'all want to do food coloring. I need to go grab something real quick. I'll be back. And I'm back. Here's the pink food coloring, like I said before. And once you're done with the bottle, just put the cap you had. Ooh, I got a little bit of alcohol in my hand. Knock me straight the fuck out tonight. You have your Who's Who bottle, and you just put the cap back on it. And I will probably be taking these to my art class and painting these caps to be the color of the bottles. I can't answer that. So here we have our Who's Who bottle. Okay, and we're gonna set that off to the side here. Then we're gonna grab the same bottle, like I said, and do the same exact process. I'm gonna dry my hands off because I just got my hand wet. Why did I do that? There we go. Ow. These caps are a little sharp, so when you're opening them, do be careful because I have sensitive skin and it hurts my hands. And for me, I find it easier getting this tip part off by just using my teeth on the bottle. It's just to get that bottom half off. I gotta sleep. P.S. I'm recording this in my kitchen, and it's like 11 a.m. at night, so this is more painful for me than anything. Oh, crap. There we go. No, you don't. You're coming off. I don't care. You are coming off, you stingy son of a biscuit. Come on. And this is just if you want to do this project at home. I did this for decoration, and I'd suggest a good place to put this is like on your, not window, put it on like a windowsill or something if you're going to do this, but if you're like going to put this as like on your desk or something, I would suggest putting it somewhere that's not going to fall off because, again, these are glass bottles, so being careful. And we have a cup, which you can just use to either pour in or not. And I use this to pour into the bottles so it doesn't make that big of a mess. It still does, but like makes it easier. What I'm gonna do is find the perfect angle. Put that on, put her on. Get whatever liquid's left in that bottle out. Grab this, the other label. Stick her on there. And then we have the front of the perk bottle done. Which, this is electric cherry. This is Who's Who. That. Grab my pink dye. These are both coming along really well. Wish I would have cleaned these out before any time. But I didn't clean them out because I was doing this on stream. Well, not on stream, but I was doing the video live, so I didn't have to come back and do anything. I didn't really have to edit, but yeah, I should have just done old and edited it, but I didn't want to go through that painful process, and I normally don't really edit my videos. This video I might edit though, because this sort of stuff takes time. And I feel like it would be easier for me to just, show the steps of what you need to do and just put it up for y'all. And there we go. Our second perk ball done. And now I'm going to be showing y'all how to, actually I'm going to laminate this real quick. So whenever I start the pouring process, it doesn't get wet. I'm going to use some scissors. Okay, now that we got that cut and out of the way, I can do this to laminate that part of the bottle. And like I said, you don't have to do this. You do not have to. I'm doing this because I don't want to mess up the labels. Because I am very much, not OCD, it's just I'm perfectionist. Now, we're going to move on to the dye process. So, for that, I'm going to pull up not a dye packet per se. I'm going to get rid of these, by the way. Again, I will put links in the description down for these pictures if you want to use this. Or I will send the original ones that I used for Double Tap and Juggernaut. It just depends. Now, as we come on to the mixing process of this, we're gonna grab our water bottle. It could be our Zaka, it could be anything as long as it's distilled water. Pour her in. Now I'm going to be putting in the dye. And we'll be using a teaspoon to mix it in. Okay. First, what we're gonna do. As you can see, the teal's gone in. And it's already starting to mix. And there we go. The dark blue. For Who's Who. Actually gives off more like a light green, darker green, but like it's supposed to be dark blue, and that's what its main goal is. That's what it is. And that's what we'll stick by. And we're now going to move over to the process of pouring in the liquid. Again, you do not have to do this the way I'm doing this. I'm only doing this because it makes my life 100% more easier and doesn't make a flying mess. And I'm going to move my dog's food over to the other area so I don't make a full-blown mess. Oh, crap. And the one thing I said I wasn't going to do, I ended up doing. Again, this isn't a process you have to do. It's just the way I'm going through with this because I want to keep my house clean. And mainly because I don't want my dad jumping me on having to clean this. Technically he won't, and why am I even bothered with it? I'm just going to end up cleaning this area anyways. I do it every time. But, like I said, this is just a process you're going to have to go through. Because this is food coloring, mind you, not dye. This is food coloring. And by the end of this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of water into it. Like just normal distilled water into the end, just to not flare it up, but to just make sure I can get all of this into it. And it comes out looking just right, because Who's Who is an interesting perk for me. It was never the greatest in Black Ops 2, but it was still a good perk. It wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't the worst. As they say in Black Ops 2 or in the COD Zombies community, there could have been perks better. And then what we're going to do is we're going to clean out the bottle first off, because that now has the dye and everything in it. Then what we're going to do is, like I said, we'll grab our distilled water and we start pouring it in. And again, you don't have to do this the way I did it. You could do it completely different and just pour it in. I just do it this way. And we have Who's Who. Who's Who? And we have it. There we go. And that is Who's Who's done. Now to move on to the next perk. I'm going to set Who's Who over here with Jug and Double Tap Root Beer. Now over to Electric Cherry. I don't know why I said Speed Cola. I've already done Speed Cola. I did PhD, Speed Cola, Quick Revive, Jug, Double Tap, and Stamina Up. And another. I didn't do it in another video. I just didn't record that. I didn't record it, but I did do them just to save me time on that. Because I know a lot of people in the comments are gonna be like, "You didn't do the original 5 or 6 or whatever." I did, I just did them in a painful 4-hour process, and I don't think a 4-hour video would be a fun watch. This is just showing you how to make the perk bottles and what all you need to have them done. Or more like a little educational. And just gonna set the bottle over here. We're gonna add, I think, I'm gonna add a drop. A drop of red. And then the rest is going to be pink. There we go. And I think 2 drops of pink will do it. I don't know though. If it doesn't come out the way that doesn't come out right, and I don't like the color. pattern of that. You win some, you lose some. Like I said, don't get on to me about this. This is just me doing this. And that didn't look like the right color pattern to me either, so. And I think Speed Cola, or not Speed Cola, friggin' Electric Cherry is pink, I think? Because, yeah, Who's Who is a dark blue. Yeah, Electric Cherry is like a pinkish red, and it's a light pink, or more of a light pinkish red than it is a dark. There we go. I don't think I should have done that, but yeah. If you add too much, though, it gets to this like reddish color, so you don't want to do that. But I think that came out perfectly. Yeah, that is a good pink. Why am I being weird about pink? And now we're on to the process of filling her up. Like I said, you want to grab at least a teaspoon of this. This isn't even a teaspoon. I don't know how much this actually is in cup size, but I know I'm doing a good amount of it. And I'm pouring it fast enough to where all the pink can get in. And just... Again, this is my guide on how to do it. There are other guides, but I don't think they really go into full depth on how to do this. And I've seen a lot of videos, like, yeah, it's easy to grasp, but, like, if you don't know how to do this and, like, you're a big fan of the Call of Duty series, but you don't know how to do stuff like this, I'm not going to hate on you for it, because right now I'm trying to get into a process of working with my friend who I have been good friends with for a while in the Call of Duty franchise that we knew each other, but also in other games as well, and trying to see if I can play with him. I'm working with him right now on some stuff to see what we could do, or what we could work on as a team together, because he's a very good friend of mine, and I wouldn't betray him, nor would I do anything to betray his trust. And, okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to get our trusty water bottle again, and fill her up. And there we go. Perfect fill. Perfect fill. I'm getting tired, it's late at night. I'm ready to just hit the frickin' hay. Okie dokie. Ow, fuck. Okay. If I ever want to just take these off. And there we go. Electric Cherry is now done. And I'll go show you guys the rest of the collection here. In a second, I will go show you guys the rest of the collection. And it's a super easy cleanup. It's not that big of a deal to clean up. You just gotta clean out the dye out of your sink because it's gonna leave a mess if you don't. And just give me a second. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab all of our food colorings and put them in a spot where wherever you think is safe or viable enough to put them. And grab my phone. Here we go, guys. And we're now moving the perks. For me, I have a specific spot in my house where I have them placed. You could do something different. I won't say don't go for it. I'll say go for it, just depending on where you put it is the case. For me, I've done this area for the lighting and because it looks nice. And then just if you have anything in the way, just move it away, find a new place for it, find a new home, as they'd say. Who's who? And electric cherry. All we need now is Voltrade and Tombstone, and we'll have the full perk collection. So, that's my guide on how to do it, guys. That's the guide on how to do it. If you want to see more videos like this, or want to see more gaming content, just let me know in the comment section. But that's the end of the video, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed the lesson on how to make the Call of Duty perk bottles from Call of Duty Zombies. If you do, like and subscribe. Thank you.